Hello friends, welcome to today's football predictions on Betkraft. Alright, today is another wonderful Saturday morning and as we know, a lot of games going on across the globe and we, amongst as many, we are able to select a few of them that we looked into, before bringing it forward for you. Okay, in a short while we'll be looking at these matches one after the other. I've been making our verdicts based on the performances in the recent times and as well as looking at how they perform from home and away perspective and all that. All right, but I want to use the opportunity to ask those of us who are coming across our video for the first time that are yet to subscribe to our videos to kindly take our time to hit the subscription button right now so that you won't be missing out on our subsequent games that will be coming up on this channel on a daily basis. All right, that being said, okay, let's head to the business of today, and today we'll be starting with the very first match for the day, and it is in English Premier League where we'll have Liverpool who will be up against Bournemouth. All right, as usual, we'll take a look at how they performed in the recent games that they played for Liverpool. They've been able to achieve 4 victories in the past 6 recent games that they had so far, and they also had 1 draw as well as 1 loss. But the away side, on the other hand, Bournemouth have actually managed to achieve 2 victories, 2 draws as well, and also 2 losses in the last 6 encounters for the away side. And looking at Liverpool, how they perform from home perspective, you see that playing from home in the past 10 home games for Liverpool have actually produced 6 wins for Liverpool, but they've also had 3 losses as well as 1 draw in the past 10 home games that they played out so far. And the last home game they played out, they saw them losing out that match on that occasion against the Nottingham Forest, and they'll be looking to make amends for that loss in this very encounter. And they're looking at the away side, Bournemouth. They've actually been able to manage to achieve 2 victories for the past 10 away games, but they've also had 3 draws and they've lost 5 games in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. That tells you not a very good result from the away side playing from away. All right, shows that they have lost 50% of the away games that they played out so far. So looking at how these two teams fared from head-to-head perspective, you could see that from head-to-head perspective, in the last time they met, it was Liverpool who played from away on that occasion. That was early January this year. We saw Liverpool defeating this side by 4-0 from away, and prior to that, we also saw Liverpool beating this side by 2-1, and the other one also saw Liverpool winning by 3-1. So it has always been Liverpool who have actually had the upper hand in this very side. In the last 3 head-to-head meetings for both sides, have always seen Liverpool winning. So we do expect to see Liverpool winning this very encounter in this very game. So home win, that's our verdict for that very encounter. Home win. Okay, that takes us to the next game, and it is in German Bundesliga where we have Werder Bremen coming up against FC Bayern Munich. Okay, Werder Bremen in the last 6 have actually managed to achieve 2 victories, but have had 3 draws as well as 1 loss in the last 6 encounters for the home side. And looking at Bayern Munich, in the past 6 games, they've actually won every of the past 6 games that they played out so far. They're actually a team in fine form at the moment, defeating all the opponents. So looking at how these two teams have performed from home and away perspective, you could see that Werder Bremen playing from home have actually managed to achieve 3 victories from home. And they've also had 3 victories, and 4 draws as well as 3 losses in the past 10 home games that they had so far. Alright, that tells you that 30% of the home matches have actually resulted to a win for the home side. That's not a very good result for the home side. And looking at Bayern Munich, their away side, they've actually been able to manage 6 victories from away, and they've had 1 draw as well as 3 losses in the past 10 away games that they had so far. Okay, excuse me. And the last 4 away games for Bayern Munich, I've actually seen them, achieving victory on all 4 away games that they played out so far. That tells you how good this team is, and they're doing very well at the moment. We saw how they were able to defeat their opponents in the Champions League. And the last time both teams met, we saw Bayern Munich actually losing out to Werder Bremen from away, from home on that occasion. Werder Bremen, was able to achieve victory against Bayern Munich, defeating Bayern Munich by 1-0. On that occasion, that was in January this year, and prior to that we saw Bayern Munich beating Werder Bremen from away by 4-0. And in this very encounter, we expect Bayern Munich to actually achieve a result in this one and achieve a revenge for the last time they lost to Werder Bremen. So it is the home side to win. It is actually the away side, Bayern Munich, to win out throughout in this very encounter. That's our verdict for that very game. and that takes us to the next. And the next is in Netherlands, where we have Go Ahead Eagles coming up against the Ajax. Okay, Go Ahead Eagles have won 2 games in the last 6, but they've also had 4 losses as well. And Ajax, on the other hand, have managed to achieve 4 victories and have lost 2 games in the past 10 recent games. And when you look at how these 2 teams have performed from home and away perspective, you see that playing from home, Go Ahead Eagles, the home side, have managed to achieve 4 victories from home, and they've actually had 4 losses and 2 draws in the past 10 home games that they have so far. All right, being able to achieve 40% with the home victory in the home matches that they had, and have also lost 40% of it. I would say that doing pretty much average, if you ask me. And when you look at the away side, Ajax Amsterdam, and you see that Ajax have been able to achieve 5 victories from the past 10 away games, and have lost 3 games, but have had 1 draw in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. 50% of the away games have actually seen them winning, and we saw them in the last away game they played out, saw them defeating the Polish Polish opponent by 4-1. So when you look at how these 2 teams fared from head-to-head perspective, you can as well see that from head-to-head perspective, it has actually been Ajax. Okay, the last time they met was in April this year, and they played at a 1-1 draw. But prior to that, we saw Ajax beating this side by 3-2, and putting all that together, we'll see that in this very encounter, we expect to see lots of goals. Also noting the fact that the last 2 away games for Ajax have actually produced lots of goals. And most of the games for the home side have actually seen them scoring a lot of goals in the past 10 home games that they had. So when we put all of these data together, we expect to see a minimum of 3 goals in this one, and it is over 2.5. That's our value for this very encounter. Okay, and that will take us to the next for the day. It is in Portuguese league, or we have Vitoria SC coming up against FC Porto. Okay, Vitoria SC, the home side, have actually managed 5 wins in the past 6 recent encounters and 1 loss, and Porto, on the other hand, also have seen 5 victories as well as 1 loss in the past 6 recent encounters. And when you take a look at how these 2 teams perform from home and away perspective, you can see that Vitoria, the home side, is a very good side at the moment, seeing that they've won 9 games out of the past 10 home games that they played out so far, and the other one being a draw. They've not lost a single match in the past 10 home games that they had so far. And the away side, on the other hand, FC Porto have actually been able to manage to achieve 9 victories as well, but have lost just a single game, which came in the last away match where they played out a 2-0 loss against Sporting Lisbon. All right, and looking at how these 2 teams have performed from head-to-head perspective, we'll see that the last time they met was in April this year. We saw Porto lifting this side on that occasion by 3-1, and the other one also prior to that we saw Vitoria Setúbal from away beating Porto by 2-1. All right, and the last 4 head-to-head meetings have actually seen Porto winning on 3 occasions. The last 5 head-to-head have actually seen Porto winning on 4 occasions, and Vitoria Setúbal winning on 1 occasion. All right, that tells you that Porto has been quite very dominant of the head-to-head meetings for both sides, and we will expect to see FC Porto, the away side, achieving victory in this very one. It is a away win. That's our party for that very encounter. All right, that takes us to the next, and it is in Russia. Premier League, we'll have Zenit St. Petersburg who will be up against Fakel. Zenit St. Petersburg, who have won 4 games in the past 6 recent encounters, and have also had 2 draws, and their away side Fakel have managed to achieve just 1 victory, 1 draw, but as well as 4 losses in the past recent 6 games for their away side. And when you look at the 2 teams, how they fared from home and away perspective, you could see that Zenit St. Petersburg, the home side, have been able to achieve 8 victories in the last 10 home games. They've had 1 draw as well as 1 loss in the last 10 home games that they played out so far, and that tells you that 80% of the home matches have actually resulted to win for the home side. And Fakel, on the other hand, have never won a single match in the past 10 away games, and they've managed the best they could muster is just 1 draw, but have lost 9 games out of the past 10 away games that they played out so far. Without spending so much time in this very encounter, we'll expect to see Zenit St. Petersburg dominating this side, because the last time they met, we saw Zenit St. Petersburg beating this side by 3-0. That was a cup match on that occasion, and in this one as well, we expect the home side Zenit to win outrightly in this very encounter. It is a home win. That's our verdict for that very game, and that takes us to the next, which happens to be the last for the day. It is in Austria. League, or the Austria Bundesliga. We'll have a last lane coming up against Grazer AK. And last lane is a team that is in poor form at the moment. They've lost 5 games out of the past 6% games, but they've also had 1 draw as well. And Grazer, their way side, have managed to win 2 games, but they've had 3 draws. But also they've lost 1 game in the past recent 6 encounters. And looking at how these two teams have performed from home and away perspective, last lane playing from home managed to achieve 2 victories from home. They've actually lost 3, and they've had 5 draws in the past 10 home games that they had so far. All right, 50% of the home matches have seen them playing out to draw, and have lost on 3 occasions. All right, managing to win just 1 occasion, but when you look closely, it's the score line for the home side. Of actually, last time they played, we saw them losing out to Wolfsberger by 5-0, and we've seen a very similar occurrence in most of the home matches for the home side. And looking at the away side, Grazer AK, they've actually been able to manage 4 victories from away. They've had 5 draws as well, and also 1 loss in the past 10 away games that they had so far. Again, similar to the home side, they've actually produced lots of goals since one of the away matches that they had here, where they played out a 9-0 victory against a particular opponent. They have been scoring lots of goals, and in this one also we will expect a lot of goals. And looking at the last time they met, we saw them playing out the 6-2 score line against Grazer AK. So in this very encounter, we'll expect to see a minimum of 3 goals also occurring in this very encounter. It is an over 2.5 that's of value for this very encounter. All right, that brings our predictions for you today on Betkraft to a conclusion. I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope you get goals going once again. And remember to play responsibly. It's only a football game. It's only it's only a football game. Sometimes things can happen. Not really what we expected sometimes. But we do expect to see success in this very one. So tomorrow is another day, and we'll be coming up with our predictions. And tomorrow, remember, we'll be having our Sunday Millionaires game happening tomorrow. All right, where we'll be able to have much larger odd. We'll be able to have games that are could up to 1,000 odds, so that we'll try it once in a week and see how it goes. You never know, you can win millions playing games from Betkraft. All right, that being said, until tomorrow, keep winning.